Water city like Atlantis, which you'll see to the left there. The second one is a UFO going underwater. And one of the other things that many experiencers have is it's like when they are taken, they can be taken to a planet that is barren sometimes, or something you would see in science fiction. They've got no name for it, but they will be immediately emotional and drawn to it, and they can't explain why. And one of the reasons some of them said that they have these feelings, it's like it's from where they come from, which is really fascinating. And when I talked about the 14-year-old girl that saw those beings with the red hair that I mentioned earlier on in my presentation, she had 7 pages of diagrams of these beings. And she said, and the reason that she had such a memory was she was told that's where she was from. She'd even done something that looks like a light transporter where people stepped into it and they were immediately taken to another place, a bit like Star Trek. This transporter that she actually described is identical to 2 other people that I know, one in New Zealand and one in America, that have talked about walking into liquid light and being taken to other parts of the ship. So it seems quite interesting that you're getting people from all around the world, different ages, different belief systems, that are actually coming out with the same patterns of contact. And this is where I have been working, looking at these patterns of contact and seeing where they corroborate each other's story. Extremely interesting when you get such a diversity. So let's go into more of this. The one on the left is a planet that she was taken to where she felt was her origins. And the other one is of a drawing or a painting of where she's leaving planet Earth on a spacecraft. The reason I'm going back to these strange scripts is because many of my clients have manifested strange writing, and there's quite a diversity. Many of them too have come out with strange languages. Now, if they were all different, you would begin to wonder what that means, but some of these languages have been heard in other countries. And I have had emails from people saying, that's a language that I speak, I know that language, or have had a huge emotional response to some of these languages that I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to show you some of the scripts.
Chroma pelle, shonti asena erhano, kranti afele koma, entame asena chroma, telia fonti asen.
School like a thing, go forget ya. Mugo hurricane, no her, cigarette, get ya, go otka, a cool lagma. Cigarette, the carrier, oh, snickly, is key, it's correct.
That's just some examples. There are at least 3 different individuals coming out with these languages. They can speak them as more fluently than their native tongue. They will find they literally trip off their tongue that easily. Many of them describe a feeling of euphoria, like it is touching something very deep within them. And many of them use these languages when they're doing healing, and I will talk very briefly about that in a minute. But what is fascinating is sometimes these languages have been literally recognized in other parts of the world. We still don't know quite what they all are, but some of them certainly seem to be languages not of this planet, although some may be related to ancient languages we don't know. Again, unfortunately, I don't have the resources to investigate this in a way that I would really like to. But I'm just showing you some of the phenomena attached to contact that most of you, or at least some of you, will not be aware of. And it's a very